Good afternoon, students. Today I will speak on the topic structure and function of nuclear membrane. TYBSC students, this is from USBO 503 and it is from Unit 1, the structure and function of nuclear membrane. Today I have taken up the question, describe the structure and function of nuclear envelope, or you can say describe the structure and function of nuclear membrane. Yesterday, I had taken the topic, the structure and function of nucleus, and I had described the nucleus is composed of the following structure: the nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus, and the chromatin network. Today, I will describe the structure and function of nuclear membrane. Now, let us look at this diagram. And in this diagram, you can find that the nucleus is surrounded by a double-layered membrane. Now, you can see the double-layered membrane very clearly, and this membrane is called as the nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane surrounds the you can see the nucleoplasm, nucleolus, the chromatin material which is present, and this nuclear membrane is also called as the nuclear envelope. You will find that the nuclear membrane is a double-layered membrane. Okay? It is a double-layered membrane, and this membrane consists of the inner and the outer layer. So the nuclear envelope has got two layers, the outer layer and the inner layer. There is a space between the two layers. If you follow my cursor, you will find that this is the outer layer of the nuclear membrane and this is the inner layer of the nuclear membrane, and in between there is a space, and this space is known as the perinuclear space. Both the membranes, that is the outer and the inner nuclear membrane, it consists of phospholipids that are organized in a bilayer. TYBSC students, you know that in FIBSC you have studied the structure of the cell membrane. Well, it is the same over here. You can see the phospholipid bilayer. You can also find that the nuclear membrane is not continuous. You will find that at some portion, that is at some places, there is a area, a small aperture or a hole-like structure, and this is called as the nuclear pore. I will revise this portion. When you see this diagram, you can make out that it is the diagram of a nucleus. You find the nuclear membrane is present. The nuclear membrane is also called as the nuclear envelope. It is a double-layered membrane. It consists of inner and the outer membrane. The outer layer, you can see there is a deposition of ribosomes on the outer layer, and in the inner layer, that is smooth. In between the two layers, there is a space, and this space is called as the perinuclear space. There is an aperture. You can find there are apertures on the nuclear envelope, and these apertures are called as the nuclear pore. Let us study the structure in detail. So the nuclear membrane is composed of the outer layer, the inner layer, and the nuclear pores. Outer membrane. The outer layer or the outer membrane of the nuclear envelope is made up of lipid bilayer. Can you see this diagram over here? So you can see this is the outer membrane of the nuclear envelope. Follow my cursor, and you can see that it continues into a much branched endoplasmic reticulum. So this is the outer layer or the outer membrane of the nuclear envelope. and then it is continuous, and you can see it is continuous, and it attaches to the much branched in endoplasmic reticulum. There is one more thing which you have to observe. It's minute, but observe it carefully. You will find that there are some round bodies which are placed on the outer portion of the outer membrane. And these round bodies are known as ribosome. These round bodies or the ribosomes are also present. You can see over here, it is also present on the endoplasmic reticulum. Because of the presence of ribosomes, the surface appears rough. So that's why we say that the outer membrane appears rough, and it appears so because the ribosomes are present. Because the ribosomes are present, or both the outer membrane as well as the endoplasmic reticulum is the center where protein production can be seen. Let us now go to the next part, next subheading, that is the inner membrane. The inner membrane consists or contains proteins that helps to organize the nucleus and keeps the DNA intact. Now, if I have to speak about the nuclear membrane, that is the inner membrane, then in that case, I also have to tell you about the nuclear lamina. Nuclear lamina is present near the inner side of the inner nuclear membrane. It provides mechanical support and it regulates the cellular events such as DNA replication and cell division. Nuclear lamina is an array of protein filaments, and it maintains the shape of the nucleus by mechanically supporting the nuclear envelope. Now, let us see, where is the nuclear lamina present? I told you that nuclear lamina is attached to the inner membrane of the nuclear membrane. Now, it is attached, so when it is present in between, I'll say that it is present in between the inner nuclear membrane and the nucleoplasm. The nuclear lamina also connects to chromatin, and it is, where is the chromatin present, students? It is present or inside the nucleoplasm. So it is arranged in the nucleoplasm. So it is also attached to the DNA and the protein structure. The nuclear lamina is a network of fibers and proteins, and it provides what? Mechanical support. It provides structural support to the nucleus. It supports the nuclear membrane. So it is an important part of the nucleus. The nuclear pore. I have already spoken about the nuclear pore. When we talk about the nuclear membrane, I have told you this is the diagram which I had showed before. A very simple diagram, but it shows the nuclear pore so beautifully. So you can see the nuclear pores are present, more than one. So number of nuclear pore, they are present throughout the nuclear membrane. They connect the inner and the outer membrane. So you know that nuclear membrane consists of the outer layer and the inner layer. So these two layers, they meet at one end, and that end you can see over here, it meets, they connect in the pore region, they connect. So it is at every pore region, you will find that the two layers, they connect. What are these nuclear pore made up of? You know, I told they are the passage, they are the pores, they are the holes in the nuclear membrane. But what are they made up of? They are made up of complex of proteins, which allows only certain molecules to pass, you know, from the nucleoplasm to the cytoplasm, or from the cytoplasm into the nucleoplasm. So this exchange or this two-way traffic which goes on, it is only through the pore. It occurs through the pore, nuclear pore. So it facilitates the exchange of molecules between the cytoplasm as well as the nucleoplasm. So students, now let us, since we know the structure of the nuclear membrane or the nuclear envelope, now let us just study some of the functions of the nuclear envelope. We all know that nuclear envelope, now that we have seen the structure, we know that it encloses the nucleus, right? It encloses the nucleus. And because it encloses the nucleus, and we are talking about eukaryotic cell, so that means that it forms a physical barrier. Right? Because you can see that it stands in between the cytoplasm and the nucleoplasm. The nuclear membrane separates the nucleoplasm from the cytoplasm. That is what I have been telling. It protects the DNA of the cell from the chemical reaction that takes place in the cytoplasm. So students, if you study eukaryotic cell, you know that there are a lot of activities which are going on in the cytoplasm, and the DNA which is present in our nucleus, that is okay, it is protected, it remains in seclusion, so it remains separated from the activities, chemical reactions that take place in the cytoplasm. The nuclear pores allows the content to move in and out of nucleus. I spoke about two-way traffic, and yes, the pores, they control, they allow the contents to move across, that is from the nucleoplasm into the cytoplasm, and from the cytoplasm to the nucleoplasm. Please remember students that transcription occurs or replication takes place in the nucleus, whereas translation, okay, the production, that is protein formation, the protein production, it takes place in the cytoplasm. So so that's why what happens is whatever is transcribed in the nucleus has to move to the cytoplasm so that it can be translated. And for the transcription, there are molecules which are present in the cytoplasm which has to enter into the nucleus. So it's a two-way traffic, and this pore, that is the nuclear pore, allows the movement through it. These pores helps in regulating the passage of macromolecules such as RNA and proteins, and allow free passage of water, ATP, ions, and small molecules. So that is what I was speaking about. Each nuclear pore consists of several distinct proteins which operate together to transfer material. So my next topic will be on nuclear pores, and yes, the question will come later on. I will take the third lecture on nuclear pore. We will take it in detail, and it's a very complex structure. Students, be ready for that. Let me revise what we have taken today, what I have told you about the nuclear membrane. I told you that nuclear membrane is also called as the nuclear envelope. Now, if you look at this diagram, if you look over here, you can see that the nucleus is present, and the nucleus, it is enclosed by the nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane, I told you, it is made up of the outer membrane and the inner membrane. That means it has got two layers, it is bilayered. The outer layer, you find the ribosomes are attached to it, and the outer membrane, it is attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. So that is one. And the inner membrane is smooth because the ribosomes are not present. But then the inner membrane is attached to the nuclear lamina. The lamina forms a support system. It gives the mechanical support to the nucleus, and it also helps the nuclear membrane to remain in shape. The third point which I told you is about the nuclear pore. There are several nuclear pore which are present on the nuclear membrane. It facilitates the movement of water, ATP, iron, small molecules, RNA, protein. So it facilitates the movement of these molecules. I also want to tell you that the nuclear membrane surface area expands and increases in number, and it also it increases the number of nuclear pore when during interphase. During interphase, as all of you know, the cell is preparing for mitosis. So mitosis or meiosis, whatever you're studying, so it's preparing for cell division. So at that time, it requires a lot of activities are going on, and for this activity, what happens is the nuclear membrane, it expands, and when it expands, the number of pores almost doubles, so that easily facilitates the exchange of macromolecules. So these are the functions of the nuclear envelope. Nuclear envelope, please remember, forms a barrier, physical barrier. It remains in between the cytoplasm and the nucleoplasm. Thank you, students. I hope I have answered the question. The question was, describe the structure and function of the nuclear envelope. Thank you, and stay safe, stay healthy.